Jamie showed up at my front door one day and asked for help. We tested him, and, well, he had a good base, but he didn't know how to train properly. He did everything as hard as he possibly could, as close to the maximum pushing himself effort that he ever could. I remember I asked him why he did that, and he says, well, because that's the way I was told to do it. I asked him for his goals and his challenges and what was in his way, and he wrote them out for me, and we had to work through them. It's interesting what happened to Jamie. I'm Jungle Jim Hunter, and you're listening to 831 Living Your Best Life podcast, and we inspire participation, communicate precision, and empower performers to podium. And we would like you to go to your favorite podcast provider and tell your friends to go to their favorite podcast provider, or go to my website, junglejimhunter.com, and, well, subscribe, download, click on like, rate us and review us, and become an 831er, and let us know how we can help you. As I said yesterday, many of you are starting to write me and ask me for help, and I'm starting to address some of the questions that we've had. And this week, I'm going to be addressing some of those questions all week. Well, Jamie told me that he had always been lucky to accomplish what he did. And he told me that he would never make it if he wasn't lucky. With proper focus, we started to train him right, and he started to sleep right, and he ate right, and he rested right. And sometimes he would go home for a week, or maybe go home for a weekend, and he would come back to the Sportology Institute, and when he came back, it took a while to get back into it. It was like he was in a different space. I noticed it all the time, and over the years, it was always a challenge. Every step forward, he still seemed to have doubts. He got invited to an elite tryout, and he spoke to his parents, and I spoke to his parents, and I heard this: at best, he'll get cut. He was tested at the camp, and he was the fittest kid there and set new records for the team. I spoke to the parents, and I heard this again: at best, he'll be home by Christmas. In that first year, he played on the fourth line when he started. It was his first year at that level at an elite team. I spoke to his parents, and at best, he'll sit on the bench. He moved to the third line. And again, at best, that won't last long. He moved to the second line, and the parents said, at best, he'll play 1 year. He moved to the first line. At best, he'll be there till the playoffs, and then they'll put him where he belongs. He led the team. He was the MVP. And I heard again, at best, he'll maybe get another year. Jamie moved up at every level, but couldn't seem to break the big leagues. I would ask him to tell me what was bothering him. He would never say anything. He would never say anything bothered him. He would smile and go, man, we went a long way. We've done a lot of things, and things are great. And he had a great time, and he loved all he could do, and it seemed like he was living his best life. And he really got to be what he wanted to be. And then it was time for him to retire. And we debriefed. Did you miss anything? No. Did I miss anything? No. Did we leave something out, Jamie? No. Is there anything that I missed in trying to help you? No. Everything was great. And then he said it. At best, I was just lucky to get to play. I suddenly realized he had never really told me the truth about what was really going on inside his head. My quote for the day is, changing your point of view from being a victim to a new vision of being a victor will change your value and eventually your victories. Who are you is what you say to yourself, not what you accomplish. Who you are is what you see in yourself, not the victories that you've accomplished. There are lots of people that are successful on the outside and have trophies to show for it, and prizes and awards and certificates. But what's really going on is what they really say to themselves. What you say to your child as a parent, however, is powerful. What you say to yourself about your child that you never speak to them in public is more powerful than what you say to them. You see, the image you hold of your child is shaping your child more than what you do. Why? Because you don't know at what emotional moment your child fixes on and has as their identity who they are. It could be just one brief moment in time, and there it was. You said what you really think of them. Afraid to tell you the truth, afraid to tell others the truth, and afraid to tell themselves the truth. They never face it. Parents, bosses, you may have a prejudicial bent about your kids, the people that work for you, the students that you teach. You can test yourself. Yeah, you can do this today. It only takes a second. Think of each of your children. Think of your people. Here we go. It's a simple test. Takes less than a second. What's your first thought about each of them? Is it the words of hope or hinder? Affirmation or negation? Fulfillment or failure? Potential or problem? I think you get the drift. I think you understand what I mean. I know, this is a tough one, because you're going to have to look in the mirror today and ask yourself, did I really paint the wrong point of view for my child, for the people that work for me, for the students that I teach? Or how about yourself? Have you pointed the wrong point of view all your life, and you just didn't want to face the truth? Thank you for listening. I hope that by the next time we meet, you will have grown.